Oh, we got him there? Okay, yep. I'll tell this story later. We have an emergency phone call I have to take right now. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Dude!
Emergency.
Hey, Donnie!
What's up, man?
Donnie Wahlberg on the phone from New York, going on the Today Show. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you've been a big star and everything for years and years and years. Do you still get little butterflies before you go on the Today Show? That's a big TV show. That's nationwide.
Well, it's a double-edged sword with the Today Show. I don't really get butterflies going on any morning show because, A, it's so early, you just can't really, you're so tired, you just don't even really think about it.
Yeah.
So that kind of gets you through the butterflies, and B, it's, well, that's really it.
Well, so you had A and B, but...
butterflies right now, I need a nap.
Well, here's the thing, Donnie. Once you've been on the Matty in the Morning Show, it's all downhill after that. Let's be real.
I concur, man. And I give you credit. I don't think people really understand how hard it is to do what you do. Oh. I mean that.
Well,
to get up every morning as early as you got to get up and to do that show and to do it well and to be alert and to be coherent and focused.
I'm working towards coherent. That's actually one of my long-term goals, Donnie. So listen, your boy.
Go ahead.
Your boy Joey was in here.
Yeah.
And, we all know Joey for years and years and years, and he's real L.A. skinny. And he's reminded me of you in Sixth Sense. Remember that movie where you starved yourself?
Yeah, that skinny?
Oh, no. Nobody's ever been that skinny. That was the freakiest thing. I saw that movie. I don't know if people remember The Sixth Sense. I see dead people, Bruce Willis and all that. And there's the scene in the beginning where this junkie comes in, and, well, he actually kills Bruce Willis, but you don't realize till the end of the movie that he's dead. And I'm telling you, I knew Donnie Wahlberg. Didn't watch the whole movie until the credits said, no, that was him. How much weight did you lose to play that junkie guy?
41 pounds. I think the morning of the shoot, I got on the scale, and it was 139 pounds from 180.
Jeez.
So, yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Was that in the script? Did the director say that? Hey, dude, you got the part, just lose 40 pounds?
No, he really didn't say anything. He just said, you want to do the movie? Because I really love the script. I said, I love the script, man. I'd love to produce a play of it because I know there's no part that I could play in it. And he said, well, you could play the kid in the beginning if you want, but it was written for a 14-year-old. And I said, I'll do it. So he gave me the part, and then I suggested the idea of doing it naked, and Bruce Willis, thought that was a pretty great idea, and the director said yeah, and then I went out and I lost all this weight because, I needed to look like a junkie and look crazy, and so I lost all the weight, and then when I got there to shoot, they said, we want to get a PG-13 rating, you have to wear clothes. And I said, what? In 5 weeks I lost 41 pounds. I said, there's no way I'm wearing clothes. So we settled on tighty whities. And
well, it worked for Tom Cruise. Jump-started his career. In that his movie.
His weren't covered with stains and.
No, that was disgusting. Really don't have to go into any more details about that. Yeah, anyway, Donnie Wahlberg, fine American actor, and been on a bunch of TV shows and lots of movies. And what was that movie? Another movie where you sort of were the junkie with the heart of gold, and then you got killed. That was that Mel Gibson picture.
That was really my first sort of break was in Ransom. Ron Howard was directing it, and I had to audition against a bunch of now Hollywood big time guys. It was me sort of coming out of New Kids going up against them, and I got the part, and it was really exciting, and it was a great part.
Now, is that this movie here?
Yeah. Give me back my son!
Yeah. Anyway, Donnie mentioned he alluded to a band, besides being a fine American actor and upstanding citizen from Boston, also happened to be in a little band that he mentioned called the New Kids on the Block, who were the probably their peak was when they were in Forbes magazine as the richest entertainer of the year. Remember that?
Yeah, the day that the Forbes magazine came out, the Herald ran the cover page of the Herald. It was talking about the richest celebrities, and it had Bill Cosby's picture, Oprah Winfrey, I believe Michael Jackson, and my picture.
Oh yes,
the group, me.
You
got a flight in Logan to L.A., and I'm running to catch my flight on United Airlines, and I missed the flight. And as I was walking away from the gate, the guy who worked at the airline came up. He said, "Man, what are you even doing here?" And he held up the Herald and said, "You got too much money to be flying this airline."
Didn't you have a private jet?
No, I didn't have a private jet.
Anyway,
My old man would kill me if I bought a private jet.
Must have got a lot of calls from the guys in the neighborhood saying, "Hey, Donnie, give me $50, Mr. Rich."
Yeah, usually they usually just skip right past 50 and went up to the the thousands. Grand.
Come on, remember I saved your ass that time when you were getting a beating in 8th grade?
Yeah, exactly. You owe me now.
You owe me. Anyway, Donnie was with the New Kids on the Block, and we are going to change the tense of the verb from was to is and will be. Is that correct, Donnie?
Yeah, actually was, is, and actually has been for a while. We started recording around last August, and very quiet, and really sort of went back into this thing, just really making it about the music. And we've been writing and working real hard with some great producers and songwriters, and I think we have an album that we could be really proud of. And that's the only way I was ever going to do it again, was to make it about the music first and not about like some kind of Spice Girls thing, or just about a reunion and just doing 50 old songs and look like a bunch of old farts up there, trying to wind it up one more time. I mean, I think we have a lot to say. I think we were bigger than we ever should have been, but I also think we were given a less credit for, being good at what we do than we really deserved. I think we were better than we're ever given credit for. And that doesn't mean we should have been on the Forbes list or at the top of the Forbes list, but it's certainly, I certainly think we have something to prove this time around, and I think we will. And again, it's not about ticket sales and money, it's about the music.
Well, there are certain songs of the old songs you can't sing because Joey's voice changed, and so
yeah, it's changing as we speak.
His voice is still changing. Yeah. Anyway, I know that you're going to be touring to support the album, and if you don't mind my asking, there is one show in May that you guys will be performing at, and you mind telling our audience what it is?
Well, I'm going to preface it by saying that in 1994, we were supposed to finish our run at the Kiss concert, and we decided to finish it up 2 months before the Kiss concert, and so we didn't make an appearance, but we've decided that we owe you guys one. We owe you more than one, but we figured 14 years late, but we're going to show up and make good on our promise to be there. That
is fantastic. So the New Kids on the Block reunion, although it's hesitate to use the word reunion because they have a new album with all new material, but the New Kids on the Block will be performing at this year's Kiss concert. We can't wait to see you. I also want to point out that Donnie and the entire band will be here at the studio at 5 o'clock this afternoon, so if you want to come to our studio in Medford and well, basically jump them. To do that, and then you're doing that gig tonight? Is that a definite?
Yeah, we'll be around tonight. We're gonna be. Well, I'll be around. I don't know where everyone else is going, but
all right, well, we'll hold off.
Have a good time and go see Billy and have a good night in Boston.
Well, that is fantastic, Donnie. We're so excited to see you guys again, and you're the best, buddy.
Matty, you've always been great to us and to me personally as well, so I wouldn't feel right, telling everybody we were doing this without checking in with you. So I appreciate your time, as always, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
You're the best, buddy. And go be on the Today Show. I'm going to put on my TV and watch you.
Okay, buddy.
All right, take care. Donnie Wahlberg. Thank you, Donnie. There is part one of our announcement. Right. Part one of our announcement, the New Kids on the Block at Kiss Concert 2008.